the option of fill or don't fill. I mean, do I really have a choice? I'm playing solos, am I right? So we're actually just gonna warm up here, even though I don't know what warming up means. And I'm gonna put squad fill on for solos, I guess. And we're gonna take forever finding a match, because that's what it is. Check Instagram here. And if you follow me on Instagram, even though there's nobody watching this at this very moment, which is fine because I'm just doing this so I could talk to myself. I am currently. Wait, what was I saying? Something about my Instagram. Right, my Instagram is Devin Duque, and that is DEVINDUQUE. I had trouble saying that. I'm like, what do you call this? I'm losing brain cells for every second that I stay on this. I don't understand how multiplayer hasn't down. You know, I didn't play all day yesterday. I didn't play all day today until this moment. And you're telling me that the installation for fucking multiplayer has not started yet. That's crazy. That's truly mind-boggling. That's bonkers. So I'm gonna actually just talk out loud here, because I don't know how many people are gonna watch this, or if anybody's gonna watch this for that matter. But I've been sneaking out of the house, and it's bad, but it's only with one person, and honestly, she's my crush, or she grew to be my crush. Oh, should I mute my mic? I should just mute everybody, right? She's my crush, and I did not expect to go out with her as much as I'm doing now, because we're classmates in school, and I only had like 3 classes with her. I had like 1 class in junior year with her, or I had 2 classes in junior year with her, and then I only had 1 class with her in senior year, and we did share like this club. Me personally, because that's what DM is, duh. She's the only one that DM'd me, and she said, "Are you actually down?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah." And she goes, "Did anybody else text you?" And I'm like, "Oh no, nobody else is texting me, just you so far." And she goes, "Okay, I'm down." I go, "All right, well, say less." So I pick her up, and she lives in this gated neighborhood, which was kind of sketch, because at that time I only snuck out once before that, and that was with another friend from this all girls Catholic school in central Guam. And fuck UAV, okay. And I remember like when I saw her, I was like, "Oh, she's actually down. That's cool." And the first night, I was like, I didn't think much of it actually. You know, just legitimately. Okay. Give me a second. I need to. Let me think. Let me just think for a second. All right. Just so much pressure. Anyway, we were. Okay. Wow. Okay. I'm jumping into this real fast. Okay. Yes. That's how it's done. Even though I teleported from the spawn to the pillar. Okay. Alright, I don't know if I want to land here anymore, so I'm just going to pull my parachute. And, I remember just... What was I saying? Oh yeah, we went out and we're like, oh, we're friends, talking about life, talking about quarantine, talking about, what life is going to be like during quarantine. So we ended up talking about, like, relationships, our first night out, which is cool. It wasn't a conversation that I expected, especially from her, especially because I didn't expect, out of all people, she'd open up to me about her relationships or her past relationships. But I appreciated it enough. I appreciated it a lot. And then, like, we were at the Kmart, and she just I get a call from my uncle. And and this is before they locked down the whole place. So he was still at work. Or actually, he wasn't at work. He came home from work. and he texted, or he called me, and he said, "Where are you?" And I go, I am at my friend's house, which of course I wasn't. I was at Kmart. And he goes, "You have 3 to 5 minutes to get home." And I'm looking at her, and we were in Tamuning, and if you know where Tamuning is, oh, of course, because I'm only assuming that people who are watching this are from Guam. we were in Tamuning, and we both live in Jigo. So how the fuck am I gonna get to? Why is it colored like that? That's so weird. How am I gonna get to? God, am I lagging hard, or is that just me? Maybe that's what happens when you broadcast, right? Anyway, we were at Kmart, and I was looking at her. I was like, "How am I gonna get you home in 2 to 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes?" And well, needless to say, I needed a like rush heavy. So I broke a law. I broke several laws, I think. First of them being I went 80 down to 15, but I trust that nobody's gonna snitch on me and say that, oh, this teenager, Devin, decided to go 80 down to 15. But I was going 80 down to 15, and by the time I got to her house, it was maybe 5 minutes passed by. And just as I passed by her place, or dropped her off by her place, my uncle calls again and goes, "There's somebody there. Oh, and they know where I'm at, and I'm going to move this way." Alright. I love that. And my mom texted. That's wonderful. And she, oh my god, there's so much happening right here. Just relax. Everybody just gotta chill out. Well, calls me again, and he goes, "Where are you?" And I go, "I'm still leaving my friend's house because they blocked my car." And he's like, "I'm gonna freaking pick you up." And I go, "No, it's okay." I really try to convince him, "No, it's okay. I'll be safe coming home." And I'm still going hella Tokyo Drift, freaking, Fast and the Furious type, Vin Diesel, going down the road, pull up to my house. In the next 2 minutes after leaving her house, then he gives me a lecture, and he's like half drunk, so he kind of strays off topic at some points of the lecture, and talks about the history of our house, which to me, was cool. At least the next morning he won't remember as much. So that was that. I ended up sneaking out again in the next 3 days. Do I want this? Of course I do. I like that. And with the same person. And I like the second night that we went out. It was, oh my god. So we went to this place, right? It's a lookout called Mount Santa Rosa. And we were up there, and this is after, grabbing food and driving around for a bit. We got to Mount Santa Rosa, and we were taking her car because it was like high profile. My car is like on the FBI's most wanted watch list, you know what I mean? And we were taking her car, and we drove up to Mount Santa Rosa. We were sitting there, and we were listening to music and vibing, chilling, and we were vibing a lot. And if you catch my drift, we were vibing a lot. And we were. It came to a point where we were just talking. Like, normal friends. And it was at that, like, in the beginning of that night, I never thought to have seen her any other way other than a friend, And even leading up to this moment where I'm about to explain, I never thought of her of anything more than a friend, So we were sitting at that lookout, and there was a pause in conversation. You know what I mean? And there was that pause, and the music was playing, and she has a stereo speaker that she has a stereo speaker in her car that switches colors. So like it would shine red, and then it would turn off, and then shine blue, and then turn off. Hey, if you catch my drift. And oh my god, is that a person? Am I seeing stuff? Yeah, I'm seeing stuff. I'm not a great Warzone player. Anyway, I can't. Oh, yeah, that's how I know I'm lagging. I also hear something. Oh, buy station. Of course. Ooh, what do I need here? You know what? You know what? You know what? I'm gonna think about the end game already. So we were sitting there, and it was like the light was shining. The lights from her face were shining. The lights from her face were shining. The lights from her radio was shining, and her indie music playlist from Spotify was playing very softly in the background. Oh no! I shouldn't have gone for that loadout drop so fast. Oh my god! Leaving the game. I need to use the restroom. I'll be back. Alright, so let me just install suspended, bro. What the fuck? Anyway, why? But why? 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 You know what? Can I actually exit? Okay. We were only microphone audio is being alright. Ah, damn! I can't even check the download time. Ah, damn. Ah, damn. I guess it's Warzone tonight. Damn. Damn, man. Okay. So we're gonna play quads, you know, because why not? And we were sitting and we were looking at each other, and that eye contact happened, and it was like eye contact that wasn't just. It was weird eye contact because usually you make eye contact with somebody when you're talking, and it's all cool. It's just eye contact when you're talking, you know. But when I looked at her, in this point where there was no conversation, it was there was a tension. Faster. It started to get hotter, even though it was like fucking 4 a.m. and it was an air-conditioned car. I mean, it was getting hotter, and I was like, "What the fuck is happening?" And in the back of my head, I knew, "Oh my god, something is gonna happen." And needless to say, something did happen. We ended up leaning. We ended up leaning in for a kiss, and we kissed. And as we were kissing, she pulls away. I pull away, and she goes like, "What the fuck did we just do?" Right? And like I'm thinking like, what the fuck did we just do? I mean, we're fucking friends. We're friends. You know what I mean? We're friends. We're classmates. Oh my god, like what the hell? And it was weird because then after that we started getting cuddly. You know what I mean? Like my arm was around her head was on my shoulder, and it was all like, oh, mute. It was so sweet, and then like we're friends. Like she said that, like, oh, what the fuck are we doing? We're friends. And I had that same mentality, like, what are we doing? We're friends. But afterwards we're gonna cuddle. I mean, that didn't make sense to me, but I wasn't complaining. Then it happened again where we were in this silence, or we're cuddled up next to each other, and I look at her, she looks at me, and we lean in for another fucking kiss. I'm like, oh my god. Oh my god. Like, this is happening. This is, I mean, you know, what's that saying? Oh, it's a J. Cole lyric. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. I mean, that saying, but in the right context, I guess. Like, I mean, if it happened once, It happened once. Maybe it was just heat of the moment. It happened twice, so couldn't have been. You know what I mean? It couldn't have been. What can I say to that? And after that, we didn't talk too much. Or no, we did talk. After that, we didn't talk. Like on the ride home, we didn't talk much about what happened. You know, if anything, it was like, are you okay? Like, I'm so sorry that happened, and that was it. And then we moved on. We moved on from that, and we started having like regular conversation as if it didn't happen. And even through text, like on text, and we don't call them, but on text, like it was never. We never talked about that, about what happened. And I was like, oh my god, like, okay, maybe it was just those 2 times, even though it happened twice. Maybe it was just a heat of the moment thing, you know what I mean? You know, savez-vous? And we decided to go out a 3rd time. Maybe in the next 3 days, we decided to go out a 3rd time. And, you know, nothing happened. And it wasn't surprising to me that nothing happened. If anything, I was like, okay, well, maybe it was just a heat of the moment thing, because nothing happened. This 3rd time that we're going out, nothing happened. And I wasn't complaining either, you know? Like, we were just friends going out. That was the original intended plan. That's what we did the 1st night, and that's what we're doing the 3rd night, you know? Then the 4th night happened. Let me tell you what happened in the 4th night. We decided to go to this new lookout up in front of the governor's complex in Adelup. And we were up there, and it was almost gonna be the break of day. Just barely, like the stars were still out. We were actually in the car listening to music, as we always did, as we still do, and we were listening to music. And I said, where are the stars? She goes, the stars are up there, like above us, which duh they are, but we couldn't see them in front of me. We went outside the car, and I go, oh yeah, the stars are like literally right above us. She goes, yeah. So we're on the side of the car in the sketch road where there's no street lights at all, but for some reason we weren't scared at all. I'm standing next to her, she's standing next to me. We're both leaned up against the car. She goes, like across the road is this jungle, and we hear something from the jungle, and she gets scared, so she leans closer to me. And I put my arm around her, you know, being the fine gentleman that I am. And we were, what the fuck did I just drop? Molotov or Semtex? No. I can't quick scope with this. I can't kill people with this, bro. We were standing on the side of the car, leaning up against the car, when we were just talking about, well, this is nice, you know, and we looked at each other, and it happened again. We looked at each other, and we leaned in. We actually leaned in and then didn't kiss. Like, we just leaned in, and then we kind of ducked our heads away from each other, because, like, we're like, oh my god. Not sufficient enough to broadcast gameplay. What does that even mean? What does that even mean? So what? Am I pause? Or what? I'm just gonna keep talking. We actually leaned in and then leaned back out as if like, oh, we didn't kiss. We're like, what are we doing again? What are we doing again? And we laughed like, oh my god, this was about to happen. And then we looked into each other's eyes again, and we're like, maybe this is not so bad. I hear something outside. Maybe it's just my dogs. Maybe this is not so bad. So we decided to lean in and kiss each other. And she leans back and she goes, I'm so sorry. I can't believe. I'm so sorry. I don't know what made me, you know, do this. I'm so sorry. I swear, if that's not my dog, then I'm gonna freak out. We were... Oh, God. Something attacked my dog. One of my dogs just yelped. And I don't want to go outside and check what the fuck that is. I'm gonna turn on my light. You know, that's fuck that. I'm gonna turn on my light. Okay, I'm just leave it on so whoever is outside can see that somebody is awake and is aware of your movements. Whew, okay. And she goes, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I didn't mean to do this. And then, or not mean to do this, but I did mean to do this, but I don't know why I did this. And she goes, I say to her, you know, being as smooth as possible, because I liked it, you know, I had no problems with it. And I asked her, why are you sorry? And she goes, I don't know why I'm sorry. And I go, are you really sorry? And she says, no. And I go, well, if you're not really sorry, then sorry. And I go, maybe there's no reason to be sorry if you're really not sorry. And she goes, yeah, you're right. And so we lean in for another kiss, and we continue kissing, and we're like, oh my gosh. And then I'm still thinking, I did not expect this one bit. Well, not one bit, not at all. And I'm still not complaining. We end up, I don't have an armor chest. That's what I just, oh, speaking of which, thank the Lord. Hold on, let me just put this on and think. We were at the, we decided to go back in the car. And we were playing this song. It was from the Arctic Monkeys. It was called Do You Want to Know? And the intro is pretty intense. It goes da 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 da. And I was like, yeah, this is a pretty badass song, right? That moment of